Ladies, gents, another tough day. It's been, well, a couple of days now in the small world, the world in general. Another one has fallen, unfortunately, Mr. Paul Green. Just wanted to say my little piece about him in this one before we get started in the talking about the Thursday night game. Just really sad, obviously. Condolences to his family, friends, everyone that knew him well. I actually saw him like 6 days ago when I was at the Sharks game. He's like a couple of meters away from us. Me and my roommate there he's got the members tickets, so we're in that section. And just before they were going out for the lap of honour there, all the old boys, and he was in there after the game for 3 hours and hanging out. And obviously, he didn't, like every time, every person in this situation, pretty much, you don't know what's coming. They look okay, they look smiling, they're happy, but obviously it's inside that's the issue, and just been too many lately. It's not good enough, is it? And I'm my main worry that you can understand why it's happened, and it's just I was getting a bit annoyed talking to my roommate about just how many of these coaches, the refs, like I'm really worried about like this happening to a ref, for example, the amount of hate that they get, for example. I know coaches cop it in general, but the refs are even worse. Like you could, as much as we, said Kleiny had a shocker the other night, like it's okay to say that's, performance based, that wasn't the right call or anything like that, but I'm sure a lot of people have been attacking him directly. A lot of Tigers fans, for example, that are doing that, and I know a lot of people were. I'm gonna say a lot, like it is a minority, but it's enough when enough people watch the game. When it's hundreds and thousands, it's millions that watch the game. It only takes a few hundred, 1,000, whatever it is, to say something more direct and personal that can cause this. And when people are in a rough state already, it's really going to hit home, and it could tip them over the edge or something like that. So, I'm sure Greeny copped a fair bit of that, and it's probably slightly part of, again, don't know the situation, but could be part of people getting into this mind space. So just try and think twice before you say something negative about a person, especially. Even like I said, you can say something about the performance, for example, which is fair because if I was to perform bad, if I give you a bad tip in this, for example, he does something bad coaching, or a ref makes a bad call, that's fine to say that was wrong. It turned out to be wrong, whatever it is. But just keep away from the character. But I just wanted to say my personal thanks to Paulie. Obviously, being a Cowboys fan, he was Cowboys coach for a long time, and just wanted to say thank you for providing one of the great nights, or one of the great nights of my life in 2015 when the boys won the comp. It was a very special time for me, a big time of joy. So I just wanted to say a big thanks to him for being a part of that bunch of years with the Cowboys. So just wanted to say that there. But we move on now to the Storm v the Panthers, the Thursday night game, and a few decent scores there. And the biggest part for me was my trade out. I had options of Isaiah Yeo, Harry Grant, and then I went with Cotter. So Yeo and Grant both getting 72 and 70 apiece in this one, with massive tackle numbers. 48 for Yeo, 68 for Harry was crazy. So for Isaiah to come out and get 60 points in base, to get 4 tackle breaks, a couple offloads, just the 2 misses, and just have a great game. Even with them scoring 0 points was unfortunate how it went. But Munster out there killing it again with 81, so he's become a super duper important player for everyone's team. He's outdoing DCE at the moment, even though they've been priced around the same and have both been that guy that which one do you go for? Munster's been the guy that's come out and dominated so far. So well done to him. Brandon Smith is absolutely killing it as well. That long range try was spectacular. Obviously run the 50-60 meters, but here it's the big tackle numbers which we haven't been seeing all year, that he's really come out and helped this squad with. It's something that they've needed. I feel like they've lacked a bit of that mongrel and defensive aptitude which they've shown. And even just right at the end of that game, they were really trying to get that clean sheet and make sure Panthers didn't score, and they were able to do that, and plenty of cover defense and Smithy in amongst it. The Spencer Lanu thing was cool, and they ended up dodging him. They looked at each other, gave each other the eye, and went, "Yep, let's go." And then Spencer ran at him and then dodged him. So I didn't rate that, but big game for Smithy. And Harry, so involved a little bit. 167 kick meters was nice. Ran a few good ones out of dummy half, but the tackle numbers is crazy. So well done to him. And Coruscant, he was in everything. Line breaks, 6 tackle breaks, 3 offloads, 100 meters, the 50 tackles. So plenty of big ones, plenty of big scores out here. Nelson playing big minutes and more time on the edge was really cool. So got the 10 tackle breaks, was crazy. So he had a great game, and it's a very interesting one. Obviously, with just Kafusi out, it looks like it'll probably be 1 week, but again, it's personal reasons, so we're not exactly sure. But yeah, big points scored in this one. A lot through the middle, plenty of tackle numbers, plenty of run numbers for these guys. Kispina Seve, he's absolutely killing it, doing a really good job. Nofaluma's out of Sullivan as well, got the try. O'Sullivan, if you picked him up, he got the 45, so you'll take it, but again, nothing spectacular from what you're looking for of a 50 plus type of guy. But again, in this one, when the Panthers struggled pretty mightily, it wasn't going to be a great score from him. This is kind of like a baseline, right? Which is what we said was a good thing, and then any attacking stats from there was going to be like 55, 60 kind of numbers there. If we move down the line, then important ones here. Isaac Tonga, for example, with the 38, so he was okay. Cooper Johns 38 as well, and then Salmon. So he kind of really did pretty well compared to what should have happened in this type of game. So still ran for 90 meters, kicked a little bit. The 23 tackles for 2 misses is what we're looking for here. Did have the 1 offload, the 3 tackle break. So for him to get that in a game where they got beat pretty poorly, obviously 16-0, was good to see. To be honest with you, you take that 38, put it in your back pocket and move on, that's for sure. So that's Salmon in that one. All right, we move down the line. There's a few guys more, only Crichton really, 35 for him. Liam Martin was the annoying one, obviously getting injured. Not real fantasy relevant, but looks like probably 3 to 4 weeks for him, which is good for the Panthers. And then Brian To'o. So still running for 193 meters, but the tackle bust numbers have been down tremendously the last bunch of weeks and very limited on the attacking stats wise in terms of tries and assists and offloads. So not ideal for Mr. To'o, with people wanting having to play him. He's a bit of a scary one. If you do have trades available, the main worry is him at 578. Like I would have suggested people to trade him, but it was like, who are you going to trade him to? Unless it was another forward, which most people don't have lots of cover in the backs, for example. So yeah, he's been very frustrating. We'll speak about him during the week, and if you've got any questions on him, just ask away. Taruva played pretty solidly in his first full 80-minute game, which was cool. And then you had Wishart, for again, people brought in, played 5 minutes, and Rob Jennings with 8 minutes there. So just wanted to jump in and have my say about Paul Green, and just celebrate him and the accomplishments he done, because he had he did live an amazing accomplished life, very successful in obviously his playing career, coaching career. Not many coaches are able to get a team to a final, let alone win one, and obviously did that in 2017 as well, getting us to the final. So yeah, just wanted to say thanks to Mr. Paul Green, and throw some love. But I appreciate all of you guys for being here as well. Check in with your mates, and make sure everyone's okay, and actually ask, not like, oh, how you doing, mate? Just actually go like, are you actually okay? Are you doing well? We got to do this better, because it's becoming more and more prevalent. Like, it's one of the top causes of death in males, especially. So yeah, let's try and sort that out as much as we can, right? We're only one person, but we can affect our groups and the people we come in contact with. So thanks again, guys, for listening. We'll catch you in the next one.